Something really bad has happened in my personal life, and I can't talk about it, but I'm okay. I'll be all right. This might be a huge life-changing event that could be the best thing that's ever happened to me, but it could completely undermine everything that I've been working on for the last year. In terms of my budget and getting out of debt and things like that. At the moment, I can't say anything, and I'm sorry about that, but it might help you understand why I might be a bit delayed with YouTube and things like that. I'm going to pay a lot more attention to Etsy going forward because it may soon be my only source of income. Let's just see what happens. So while I can't share anything with you, and I don't really want to talk about it at the moment, that there's a little bit of context as to why I've kind of dropped off a little bit. And yeah, sorry I can't tell you more, but that's what it is. But I am okay, I will be okay. Let's just see what happens. So today's video was supposed to go out a long time ago, but things have happened, so I haven't been able to do it. And today is supposed to be actually a bit of a fun video, a bit of a celebration really. So let's just go ahead and do that. So I started my budgeting journey about a year ago, and it was my first proper budget that I sat down and filmed and did reasonably, and really focused on it was in March last year in 2021. That was my first budget, and I didn't have a lot of money. I didn't really understand what I was doing, and I was just kind of guessing, and I'm still kind of guessing now anyway. But I wanted to share with you like how far I've come and what I've managed to do in 1 year with, you know, no sort of knowledge. I get quite a lot of message quite often saying, I don't know what I'm doing and I don't know where to start, and the answer I always give people is just start. No one really knows what they're doing until they kind of get into a habit. Because budgeting and debt-free journeys and saving journeys are so personal, there isn't a one-size-fits-all for everybody. And yes, I can sort of show you what I'm doing and the tips and tricks that I'm doing to help me get to a better place financially. It really is your sort of growth and your sort of journey. So you kind of need to do what's right for you and your family and yourself. So I've figured out a lot of stuff about myself. I've grown to understand that having a little bit of extra spending money is really important to me. More so than having like pockets of money for haircuts and self-care and stuff like that, because me being able to buy a Red Bull or a sandwich is my self-care. I don't ever want to feel deprived. So that was the biggest thing for me, because I think when I originally started budgeting, I only gave myself like £20 a week, and that just wasn't enough for me. So that's one of the biggest things for me that I have learned, that spending that extra £20 a week or 15 or 10 or whatever it is a week just on me being able to buy whatever I want makes a huge difference and stops me from buying like an iPad, which I have done, and have done stupid things like that. When I did my first video, I was about £13,000 to £14,000 in debt. I was engaged. I kind of liked my job. Like, there's a lot of stuff that has really changed along the journey. I'm now down to very few debts, and the debts that I do have aren't significantly hampering me to have a fruitful life. And I've pretty much just started on a savings journey, and I've got a nice emergency fund. The channel's doing really well, the Etsy store's doing really well, and my life has fundamentally changed a year later. So if anybody's out there thinking, oh, you know, I'm in debt or I haven't saved up anything and I don't know where to start, the answer is just start. You will figure it out. You honestly will. I've got some stuff to show you, and it's really raining. Do you hear that? I've got to drive to Brighton. I've got some stuff to show you and I'm really excited to show you. This is March's budget, so numbers are going to be a bit weird because I'm still in a bit of flux where we don't know if Jake's moving out tomorrow or in a couple weeks time, and it all really depends on that sort of personal thing that I'm going through at the moment. So yeah, so let's go ahead and take a look at these new budget sheets. So I'd like to show you my first budget, and this is what I made by myself for my first ever proper budget. So this is my first calendar that I ever made. This is all done by hand. This is cut out of a magazine. I wrote it all myself. I didn't have stickers at the time, so I highlighted, and that's what I did to track my first spend. My very first day of tracking my spending properly was on a payday in March, which was the 12th in 2021. There's a couple things that jump out to me. There's 3 unbudgeted spends, and one is for £278, and I don't know what possessed me to spend £42.93 on Amazon when I didn't have the money for it. Like the day after, what am I thinking? Let's go ahead and take a look at the budget. So this is the budget with Ira's style of budgeting. I offer this as a digital one now, and I don't typically do this one anymore because I find the paycheck bill tracker a bit more succinct for my needs, but I see a lot of people use this and I love how it helps people and people just do it differently. Oh, I used to spend £170 every 4 weeks on cigarettes. That is crazy. Anyway, what I wanted to pay a bit of attention to is these 2 strips that I cut out from magazines. Do you see how they sort of have a smoky, sort of watercolory sort of quality to them? Yeah, I want to elevate this. So let me show you what I've done for March this year. So for March this year, we're going for a watercolor texture, and it is a texture, but it's also really bright colors as well, and I'm really excited to show you. Just like every month, I am releasing budget sheets and cash envelopes. For the cash envelopes, there are 16 different designs to choose from, and I'm really excited to show you that, but let's start with the budget sheets. So here is the Budget with Ira budget sheets. These are beautiful, really. They have a nice watercolor ombre from a yellow down to a purple, and that feeds all the way through. So this comes digital or physical. You can get it physically posted to you on 160 GSM paper stock, or you can download a digital copy. The digital copy is both A4 or US letter. If you get it sent to you physically, however, you can choose to have it A4 or A5, and it looks very cute in A5. And for both digital and physical, you have the choice of a dated calendar, or you can have it undated. So you can use it for any month of the year. I really like how these look. And for the paycheck bill tracker, we have a similar ombre. And doesn't this look amazing? So this is a fade from like an orange to a pink to a purple to a green. And I think it looks great. It's kind of got a sherbety, pastel-y quality to it. I think it's amazing. I'm really excited to use this. The same rules applies for these, so you can get them digital or physical, and with the digital copy it comes US letter or A4, and for the physical copy it's A4 or A5 laminated or unlaminated. Both copies come with a free cash total slip, and this one is a bit of a beaut this month. And here is what the check-in sheet looks like. This is a stunning fade, and it is the same one as what's on the cash total slip, so they marry up really, really nicely. So you get to see the quality of it a bit better here. So it's a sort of dark blue into a purple into a, I guess another purple, but it's sort of fuchsia-y. I really like how this one looks. I've only printed off the 4, but you also get a 5th week on another sheet if you have 5 weeks in March. I only ever have 4 weeks, whatever I do. So those are the budget sheets. Let's go ahead and take a look at the cash envelopes. Okay, so as I mentioned, with the cash envelopes, there is a choice of 16 colours. Now, what I tend to show you when I show my new cash envelopes is I show you the Patreon exclusives, and there's usually a bit of variety, but it was almost overwhelmingly A6 Luxe this month. So
You're going to see a lot of that. However, there is a bit of variety, but what you won't see in today's video is the normal laminated ones with this strip across it. No one wanted one this month, but that doesn't mean that they're not still beautiful. So they're still available on the Etsy store. Anyway, let me show you each color. So this is the option number 1. This is in the A6 midi style. It's a beaut. You have your clear pocket at the front and the design is wrapped on both the front and the back, and it is a bit of a beaut. Number 2 is a bit of a more subtle blend from a pink to a red, and these look really, really nice here. So obviously you have your back like this. Yeah, really pretty. Number 3 is a peach to a purple, and that looks really nice. You've got a bit of distressed edge on the side, which makes it look a bit nicer. Number 4 is a coral to a sort of cobalt blue, and that looks nice as well, doesn't it? Number 5 is the most popular one. So this is what it looks like in a mini. This is a sort of raspberry down to a ocean blue, and they look just gorgeous. This is what they look like with the midi size, and they just look lovely. And in the A6 you lose a little bit of the blue, but it's still a gorgeous texture. Number 6 really reminds me of the ocean. It's a really gorgeous aqua green and then a deep blue underneath it, and it's really nice, and the texture's really interesting on that one. For number 7 you get a sort of deeper, richer plum with this one. And yeah, it looks really nice, and this is what it looks like in the zipper. It doesn't mute the colours very much at all. Number 8 is just really nice and soft. It's a very soft green to a very soft pink, and it reminds me of sort of flowers. Number 9 is a vibrant orange into a purple, looking really nice there. Number 10 is a yellow into a blue, but where you get it on the A6 scale, you get more of the spread of the green across it, so it looks really pretty. You get to see it a bit better on the back, but yeah, it's a nice one. Number 11 is probably my favourite. Very acidic green into a yellow. Doesn't that look amazing? 12 is very soft again. We have a sort of peachy colour into a pinky colour, and that's turned out really, really nice. Got number 13 in just the mini size, and that is similar to 7 but upside down. So you've got a pink into a purple. Number 14 is a yellow into a green into a yellow, and you can have it either way round. Just let me know what you prefer. Number 15 is very soft again, an orange into a pink into a purple. Gorgeous. And number 16 is pink into coral. That's a lot to show you. When you have a look at the listing, there's a big old cheat sheet showing you exactly what's available. So when you buy a standard budget with Aira products, so let's say for instance you want the paper envelopes or you want the mini emergency fund binder, you don't have to go with the options that are available on the Etsy store. You can request something specific. So what one of my Patreon members has requested is the little mini emergency fund binder, but in the brand new March style. So let me show you that. Look at this. Doesn't this look amazing? And when you compare it to that one, like they're the same size. It's just a different vibe, if you know what I mean. So this is what it looks like. And here's all the little envelopes inside. Now I normally would do a strip, but she actually requested them to be like this, and I wouldn't necessarily do this, but look how gorgeous they turned out. They're so nice. We just cycle through all of these. I think this one will be really, really fun to fill up, especially because you're just seeing that. I think this is going to be a winner, and I think this Patreon member is going to save up that £1,000 really, really quickly. But yeah, so you know, always reach out if you've got questions about what you want to do on the Etsy store. Things like this is completely achievable and completely possible, and I'm quite happy to do sort of things like that. I have done one of these in the leopard print November. I've done this in the December glittery one so many times now. Yeah, anything's possible. Okay, so here we are with the Paycheck Bill Tracker. This is the March exclusive one, and what we're going to write out is March's budget. So this one for me is running from February the 11th to the 10th of March. Okay, so let's start. So my income I am projecting is going to be 1950, just like normal. I have rollover from last month, which is £828. And as Jake will be moving out, I will not require any further money from him. However, he does still owe for our joint loan that we got together. So he'll be sending me, when he gets paid, £100.46. So that altogether is £2,878.46. So let me go and list all of the bills. If there's anything different, I'll let you know. Okay, so there's no real change to my bills this month. We've managed to capture everything within the month, which is quite good. So all of this all together comes up to £1,447.67, which when I subtract it from what I have £1,534.86 left over. Okay, so I should have left over £1,430.79. Right, now I can see where I am. Like, mistakes happen. So in terms of my envelopes, the envelopes aren't necessarily changing. So I've got my spending envelope, and I still think it's important to me to have £160. Groceries, however, will be £100. Petrol will be £80 because I'm not necessarily needing that anymore. And haircut will be £30 because I need that. All of that together comes up to £370, which leaves me with £1,060.79. Let's move up to sinking funds. Bit of a different story this month, so it's only two we're doing. So we're doing the water bill, which is going to be £25, and we're going to do car maintenance. Now normally car maintenance I would like to stuff £50 a month, but I can only afford 25. So potentially some Etsy money will help make that bigger, but at the moment I'm only really projecting to do that. So that's going to be £50, and then when I take it from the 10,060, that leaves me with £1,010.79. Debt is just the loan we're focusing on this month, so that's going to be £200.92, and that is going to be the total. And then when I subtract that from my 1060, that is going to be £809.87. And then we have a bit of money left over, so I'm literally going to bite the bullet. I know it's a tight, tough month, but I need to look at my future, yeah? What's really frustrating is, yes, this budget is very tight, but if I didn't have to pay £200 to that loan, how much more comfortable would I be? So let me break these habits and have a tough month or a tough couple of months, but I need to break these habits, so I'm not letting myself off easy with it. So let's go ahead. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put £800 into my emergency fund. That is happening, so that's £800, which leaves me with £9.87 hopefully, and then the budget, the buffer is going to be £9.87.
Hi guys, gals and non-binary pals. Thank you so much for getting through to the end of the video. You know I love it when you get through to the end of the video. Normally I do a cash stuffing, but like if I'm really honest, I really don't have the time or mental bandwidth to do that. But I have done it off camera. The other thing is that this is the second time I've done this budget, because I originally did maybe a bit more comfortable month, but because my circumstances are kind of changing, maybe I wanted to be a bit safer. So I have refilmed that. So I filmed this budget bit after I'd already previously cash stuffed. So that's what happened. I'm gonna try and get a bit more consistent and regular with YouTube, because this is my self-care and this makes me feel really happy. So I am gonna go and film a couple more videos, but I'm just about to go and drive to Brighton, and I'm gonna go for my friend's hen do, which I'm really excited about, and I really need a night out with friends. Please give this video some love. Make sure you like, comment, share and subscribe. If you are gonna comment, please use this emoji. Thank you so much for sticking with me. I know I can be a bit, it's difficult where I have these sort of ebbs and flows in my mental health and stuff that's going on in my life, but that's life. It happens to all of us, and it's just nice to have people around me. So thank you so much. I will see you soon. I promise that, because this is important to me. Have a wonderful day, have a wonderful week, and have a wonderful budget. I will see you really soon. Thanks so much. Thank you. Bye. And a huge warm welcome to our newest patron member, Lou. Thank you so much for supporting me. I can't tell you how much this means. And if you would like to support me over on Patreon, take a look at the link in the description. You will not regret it, bestie.